It is Sunday, February 16th, I believe, and we're here in Iowa, and it's been a mighty rough winter. A lot of snow and cold, and really haven't had the Corvette out at all. I backed it out of the shop today just to do a short video here, just to show the car off a little bit. The car's a little bit dusty because it's been sitting inside all winter, and I don't really believe in car covers. Sometimes I think they can do more damage than good. So anyway, we'll take a look at the car. This car about 2.5 years ago, and I paid $8,400 for it, and I probably paid a little bit too much for it, but I like the yellow color a lot. And when I got the car, the paint was in bad shape, so the car's been repainted. I did the work myself, and pretty happy with it. I'd call it a good amateur job. Not a professional job for sure, but it's still a pretty good paint job. I added a black stripe to it too. Got the engine running so you can hear the engine a little bit. I'll open up the hood in a minute. The wheels on the car, I think they're aftermarket, and they're chrome saw blades. And you hear a lot of people talking about curb rash on the wheels. These wheels are in excellent condition. I would almost say they're almost as good as the day they were put on the car. I look for curb rash, and I can't really find any. Hear the exhaust. The engine's got, as to my knowledge, the engine has about 120,000 miles on it now. Still runs very well. There's no valve train noise in it or anything like that. There's so much snow here that I can't even get away from the car far enough to get a good picture of it. I took all the turn signals and fog lamp lenses apart and refurbished those as well. They were kind of in bad shape. Any car that's almost 25 years old with 120,000 miles on it's going to be beat up a little bit, but when you do the math, that works out to about 5,000 miles or so a year, which isn't really very much. So that's the Corvette with the engine running and the hood closed. We'll see if we can open up the hood. To see there, the video really isn't gonna do much. I mean, you really have to put your nose up in the engine compartment to really see what's going on. I haven't done a lot to the engine. Oh, we've got the engine off and the hood down now, and we can talk a little bit about a C4 Corvette. This is a 1991, and a lot of people you'll read on the Corvette forums will say, these cars they're not worth any more from $7,000 to $8,000, and you want to go out and buy the ones that has all the work done on it. Well, that sounds good. I'm thinking it's pretty hard to do, really. The things that C4 Corvettes usually need when you buy them are new paint, new weather strips, and a new interior, and this has all those things done to it. And along the way, a lot of other things as well. I did buy a complete set of new weather strips, and some of them I installed and some of them I refurbished. Like this one right here. I just reworked that one with some black silicone because this is a nice soft weather strip. And you can't even buy them like that anymore. The only ones that are that way would be new old stock, and those parts are going to be over 20 years old. So the chance of getting a good one for that even is somewhat limited. Has a power antenna that still works. Everything, to my knowledge, on the car does work, and it works pretty well too. The only code that gets set is a code 32 for EGR, and that's exhaust gas recirculation. And this has an aftermarket exhaust on it, and if you do some Googling on the internet, they will say that a 1991 Corvette in particular was susceptible to using aftermarket exhausts and then setting code 32 EGRs. There's really nothing wrong with the car, and if I had to modify the exhaust recirculation valve a little bit to maybe make that go away, and I'll probably continue to tinker with that and work on it. But it's been doing that, I'm sure, ever since whoever put the aftermarket exhaust on the car put it on there. Top stores in the rear hatch area, and I did completely replace this weather strip with some from Wilcox, and it seals up pretty nice. It's good weather strip. I put these rails in here to where it makes it easier to slide the top in and out and store it. And that's the brackets up in front where the actually it's the back end of the top lodges in that, and so it stores the top in here. The interior is really in pretty good shape. This is to my knowledge, it's original carpet. There's no holes in it anywhere. When I got the car, the seats were in bad shape. Typically what wears out on these C4s is the driver's left bolster right in here. Usually you look at them and they'll be worn and have holes in them. So I put a new set of leather seats in there, and it's new foam, new leather. It's cost me about $850. I got them on sale. Corvette Central or Eckler's or someplace. They're usually about $1,000. The door panels are in really good shape. One thing I noticed one day was this part down here is black and this up here is gray, and I thought maybe I had something wrong with the car, because if you look it over on the passenger side door, it's not that way. Well, that's actually the way it was made at the factory. The dashboard and everything's still in really good shape. I made a custom gear shift knob that I just love. I was tempted to take it off and put something else on there, but I haven't done it. Here's the passenger side door. See the weather strips. This is what wears out on Corvettes. Needs replaced. So all the weather strip in this car is to the place where it should last a long time. Just got done working on the Selective ride. That's the selector button right there. Left is Tour, and then Sport in the middle and Performance on the right. I'm eager to see the snow go away so I can give it a try and see if it really works. That's about it. That's the story on the 1991. The only reason I'm selling it is I want to buy a C6. I've owned a C2, 3, 4. I got a C5 in the shop right behind me, and I'd like to buy a C6.